G'day and welcome back to the Pillars of Ranternity. The plan today, since last time around we finished off the Relag quest, is to basically head back and finish the Parable of Whale, which just requires getting something from a map we've already been to, but not one that... but I missed something, basically. I admit I did check the wiki to find this out. But I missed where the scroll is in this map, which is kind of awkward since I did fully explore it, I thought. So I guess it's down here. It said it's in... oh wait, no, it's down here, apparently. So it is one of those things where these areas do have stuff. But let's just... maybe I didn't have the quest the first time I went through this area. I don't know. But I need to remember about the little places if I want to try and... ah, yeah. Okay. So. You could probably use different equipment here. Can you just puppeteer Benka? I had just blithely assumed that there wouldn't be stuff here, because there weren't before. You run down here. Grieving Mother, you've already got your orders. Adir. No, that's Stelgar. Adir's already got his. Yeah. This is what Focus Fire looks like. When it's used against me. Durance, can you just heal us up? Nope. Can't. How about we do this? I think this is guaranteed to... yeah, there we are. You knock that guy over. You... okay. The wolf is attacking him, so we'll do we'll do this, then these two. And what can you do here? Whisper of Treason.
I'm here.
On him.
Unite!
Aha! How is that guy not dead? Like, no, honestly. Please, someone explain to me how he is not dead. Okay, there. And you go, kitty. There we are, okay. And you can recall agony on him. Hey, actually, tell me. Yeah. Get over it. Wow, that doesn't pull him into... actually into melee. Okay, everyone can murder him now. Okay, right, so it's just that this area was not populated the first time I went through. That's awkward. Okay, got all of these bits. I did not want them all in her inventory. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You have found it. Now lose it again. What? You think this theft was an accident? My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They were meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives things value. Take it to the Black Meadow. Find the drake that faces east and bury it neath its skull. Nah. I think the answer to that is... no. Also, I'm gonna just dump most of this stuff in here. Pistol arquebus. We got another arquebus. That could be useful. Okay. And that will be useful for Eloth. Right, cool.
Just
so
say the word.
all that is done. And now we head to the place with the stuff, Defiance Bay. And then we're going to head to our stronghold and then to Winter's March. That's the basic plan. We're going to start moving along those lines. That's still going. Nereid's got stuff, and we got a slaver who is still going to stick around for another few days. How's that upgrade going? Upgrade. I wish there was a really easy way of just seeing how our building's going. Got a day and 20 hours. Cool. So we need to head to Copperlane. Even getting back to Cadenua, it won't quite be done, I think. Maybe we'll do another floor of Cadenua before we head off. Just seems like a good move overall. Okay, so we'll head up here to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Come on, dig, dig, chop, chop. In we go. So I wanted to do a couple of things. So I did pick that lock. Good. Wanted to confirm that because I like picking locks where I can. Now let's talk to Grimda. Ever inquisitive, I see. I found the scroll. Ah, let me see it. Grimda rubs her hands together. They sound like 2 sheets of dried parchment. She takes the scroll and turns it in her hands. Yes, indeed. Her fingers trace the paper with surprising gentleness. You've done well. She presents you with a folded section of fabric. Whale is both a keeper and a discoverer of secrets. May this hood aid you in revealing what is obscured and keep you hidden from those who'd wish you harm. You find a key in your palm. You're also free to visit the Elder Archives and take whatever books or scrolls you find in the open. Spreading and circulating the new mysteries is part of our service to the obscured. Farewell. Okay, so a page unturned. A series of murders has shocked and terrorized the scribes of White Rock Isle. Sequestered in their island monastery in the Boot of Ondra, they've had little success reaching out to the mainland for help. Though renowned for their integrity and artistic talents, the scribes may be unknowingly harboring someone who's attempting to sabotage their work on forbidden books. After failing to prevent 2 additional deaths, Kana and the monks were able to track down the murderer, a secretive scribe of the order that the other monks believed had died years ago. In reality, the scribe had been hiding in the catacombs beneath the monastery and progressively destroying heretical works that he believed spread lies about the origin of the gods. When the monks started to catch on, he killed anyone who raised suspicion. Rather than face punishment, the scribe leapt from the highest tower of the monastery to his death. In the scribe's subterranean lair, Kana discovered several suspicious vials of thick brown fluid. The monastery's herbalist identified it as potent poison, the same that had likely been used to kill the monks. And so this gives us the blind monk's venom and some experience. I assume that Kana mostly gets that, but that I really like that kind of adventure thing. I should actually note that Pillars of Eternity 2 has just hit crowdfunding. At the time of recording, the campaign's been going for a little over an hour, and yeah,
Just say the
that
word.
was kind of neat. Okay, we got some scrolls. I will just put them in here.
Leave it to me.
So this is still theft. The queen that was and still is. Dear sisters, do you remember your first deliverance, when you strangled your first wrongdoer? Did you see the moment when life became death? Could you see the instance when your victim realized that Woedica forgets nothing? When Woedica takes back her throne, will you face her with pride, knowing you've held to your own oaths? Or will you be amongst the word breakers? It's some really interesting lore about Woedica. I'm not sure if I've read it before, but we keep running across this. I'm sure that will be relevant. And animancy in the modern age. It's both science both respected and reviled, sometimes by the same person. Still don't know a whole lot about it. People are trying to contain and transfer souls. That was kind of the first experiment. Subject, whose name is unknown, was young, wealthy, but infirm. Move it to a dying body into that of a recently deceased man who'd suffered an accident. And no true record was done, but here we go. Okay, here is a journal that was discovered afterwards and a makeshift confession. It is done, and the gods forgive us for our arrogance. Not sure what I was expecting. Certainly not that, but what did any of us expect? Still behind the revulsion is a sense of pride, something I can't deny. All the research, the studying, everything we'd worked for. We thought we'd change the world. How it's changed. All was in place. The twisted form lying on the table next to its new vessel. The equipment had been prepared. The tinctures and potions all carefully crafted. Each detail painstakingly organized to ensure success. We most assuredly succeeded. The procedure went exactly as it should. The soul extracted from the old body, held, bound in place to prevent it from moving on. Then the next step, transfer it to the fresh vessel. It was beautiful and terrifying. I listened as they spoke the words of binding. I watched the soul move, not the soul itself, of course, but the vapor we used to detect it, as it lowered into the vessel, a gentle luminescence covering the body, and then nothing. Silence. Darkness. I held my breath, afraid that even the slightest disturbance would destroy our handiwork. Then motion, then, dear gods, then, blood. How did I survive? I do not know. The vessel rose from the slab and the room breathed. Every person crowded around the tables exhaled. Some cheered. We'd made life from death. We had become eternal. The body closed its eyes and tilted its head, looking for all purposes to be listening for something, or to it. Then its eyes popped open and it moved. Its lips peeled back from its teeth in a horrifying expression of fury. It fell on the nearest man, tearing his throat, knocking him to the ground. Then the room erupted into screams, shouts, a flurry of bodies running, pushing, doing everything in their power to get away from the creature sitting on their colleague. But right before that happened, in the split second before the chaos, when there was nothing in the air but a stunned, terrified silence, I heard it, sitting there on his chest, face at his neck, and it was feasting. Yep. So, that's interesting. And then this one? The life and discoveries of Peregrine. Mention the name Peregrine to anyone with even a passing knowledge of animancy, and you can find yourself in for a very long discussion, publicly reviled but privately lauded as a hero and genius. Peregrine's history at its turns revolutionary, horrific, and mysterious. Peregrine was fascinated, some might say obsessed, with the concept of animancy. It consumed his life as he dedicated everything to understand it. He'd travel frequently to Eglantharth and the Deerwood to visit Enwithan ruins. There he would take notes and make sketches, bringing anything back with him that he could to help unlock the mysteries. After years of study, Peregrine had reached the point where he could no longer conduct research on his own, and he took on an assistant, Helig of Thane. Soon Helig was making trips to Eglantharth in Pangram's stead, gathering knowledge while Pangram stayed behind to experiment. This partnership quickly bore fruit, and Peregrine made a breakthrough, one that would irrevocably change his life and the general attitude about animancy forever. While the specifics of his experimentation will never truly be known, the rumors and stories that circulate tell that he'd sent out inquiries asking for live subjects who might help with a dangerous experiment which might change their life or might end it. Those who were already dying were especially encouraged to apply. The response was overwhelming, and Peregrine had his pick of numerous willing bodies. That is, when he had his breakthrough, he found a way to fix the soul, anchoring it to its body so it couldn't leave it dead. He'd discovered eternal life. His research and life's work had resulted in the greatest single discovery that animancy could hope for. His findings were published and quickly spread through Valia and beyond. While some groups, the Wodican Church for example, decried his work as nothing more than blasphemy and heresy, many put it to practice. Everyone wanted the chance at immortality. But everything comes with a cost. It quickly became apparent that simply restraining the soul while keeping the person technically alive was doing nothing for the body, which continued to decay, devolving and warping the soul now trapped inside it. The creatures it created were dangerous, carnivorous beasts that killed brutally and indiscriminately. The backlash was ruthless. The practice of Pangram's discoveries was outlawed. His works were collected and burned. He and Helig were branded heretics, hunted and chased from town to town, until Pangram simply vanished. Helig was tracked down, captured and brought to trial for the atrocities committed against Valia and its people. The trial was barely more than a formality to bring charges against him, as everyone knew what hand he'd played in the disaster. He was sent to prison for years, but eventually released once public outrage died down. Not long after his parole, he disappeared as well. Occasionally, talk surfaces that a copy of Pangren's theorems have been discovered untouched by the purging flames that destroyed its brothers. These rumors seldom end up being more than that. Many groups and wealthy individuals have formed, sending out a call to anyone who will listen to find us a copy of the theorems. They offer gold, jewels, status, anything they can to entice adventurers to help them achieve their goals. There are those who would give anything for a chance at immortality, even become a monster. I'll take it. I did. Good.
Wonder what
Up. Yep, thank you. And here's the theories. Heavy old book carries the dust of centuries. The pages are as fine and thin as onion skin and covered with obscure diagrams and notes on animancy. Okay. I'm sure nothing bad can come of this. Let's just walk out like we own the place. So we're gonna kick off that quest. Some really interesting background to get, like, it's very much like a magical science as opposed to, well, I guess the like wizard laboratories are often kind of part of the whole look. Who was it that I needed to talk to for that quest, though? Let's go to the journal. Theorems of Pangram, Brackenbury, Sanitarium, show.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I wonder how many backers the Fig campaign for Pillars of Eternity 2 is going to get. Okay, so here's our sanitarium. I'll take it. Get going. And wait, no, that's not a sanitarium. Sanitarium's here. I remember the map. And she's just over here. Nadine.
Hello.
It's nice to see you and all, but I really need to focus on my studies. You'll never believe what I found. You, Lady of Lament, you really found it. Nadine cradles the musty tome like a newborn. I can't believe it. It really exists. She looks back to you. Thank you so much. It will be invaluable. She almost turns to the book. Then at the last moment she remembers herself and gives you a bag of coins. Okay, we got a bunch of XP. I was glad to help. Anything else? Have some questions about it? Nope. Tell me about yourself. Alright, yes. So I wonder if we will ever get anything more from that. Because it would be great if we could, you know, tell people what we found out about Wyden's legacy. But whatever. I hadn't noticed the Adra wall coming out of the river. That's pretty neat. Anyway, let's head back to our town. Cade Noir, 22 hours and 27 minutes. I think that should put us pretty close to the next piece being complete.
The spirits in this place have begun to heal.
That's good. So we what are we building again? Yeah, Hireling Payday. We were building something on the south curtain wall. So this wall would change, I guess. And this is the eastern, this is the western, which means this wall. This piece would be repaired. That makes sense. Okay, so let's head in. Okay, Salma, what you got? At last, I'm glad you're here, my lady. My name is Salma. I've a matter of some importance to discuss if you have the time. Just a few allies to join you and take your place upon your throne. I'll cut to the meat of it. I have a dozen Orlan slaves imported. Girara, good healthy stock that will fetch a fine price in Ixamital if I can get a ship up the coast. That's the tricky part. I haven't got the coin to stock a ship for the whole journey, not without docking at a Deerwood port beyond the way and running the risk of having my goods seized. Really, those Deerwood laws are completely impractical for any dishonest merchant travelling outside of Defiance Bay. I hoped you could be of some assistance. You're not from Deerwood, I hear, so surely you could understand. I'd like a moment to discuss this with my people. Hiravius, I want you to head down to Girara and see if you can free those slaves. I'd love to. It gives me something to do with my hands while I plot this man's painful death. Motion for your guests to return. Oh wow, yes, I've decided to hang you. Gods, take him away. I need to take some time to look into that. Return to Girara and I'll send word. Of course, I thank you for taking the time. I'll await your letter. Okay, so Hiravius is currently unavailable. That's fine by me. And he's gone twice, somehow. So I guess what we should do is we should party time. How do I do that? I know that there was a shortcut. Oh wait, no, I can do it here. Party time, excellent. Aloth. Ah, yes. Grab Aloth. And Aloth levels up. We've got 6 points. He can't improve lore. I don't really care about most of these. I'm going to increase his survival a little. And now, spells. Concussive missiles? Or pull of Aura. Okay, moves everyone, all enemies towards it. That could be an interesting one. Mora's writhing tentacles? Can't move but do damage, and yeah, both of those sound like interesting ways of pulling people. Okay, now the other thing I was going to do with you, Aloth, is let's just go through. This is someone else's grimoire, so we've got plenty of money now, so we can basically just go through it and learn spells. And we can do the same thing with the other grimoires that we've taken, which mostly are irrelevant. So now we can just dump them, but we can go back in here. And where do we put grimoires? Because is it a weapon? I guess it is, yeah. Alright, let's just... Yeah, let's just go through and give him each of the grimoires. Then we probably could just sort this. Probably should just sort this. How do I do that again? Here we go. Sort by type. Okay, we've got all the grimoires. So now Aloth. Let's make sure we've got Aloth selected. Go through. Yeah, I thought that would be the case. Learn those spells. Great. Now, Aloth, do we have any cool things for you to have? We have what? You've got a wand and a dagger. This is probably a better dagger. And then, do we have a better wand? Guildmaster's staff. Yeah, let's try that. And is the staff a ranged attack? Does it have a ranged attack? Actually, I don't think it does. So I guess we also want to give you... it does look like that's the best wand we got. Oh, that's a pity. Anyway. And then rings? Okay, here. No, maybe. He's got no boots, so that's actually fairly easy. Freeze DR, restore freeze damage. Spell defense bonus. Why not that? And then that's it. We don't have any rings for you. I think we're done equipping you. More spellcasters, as opposed to more frontline. Alright, cool. So what do we have? What is the timeline like right now? So, he's been assigned to deal with this. We've got this will finish in 16 hours. And if we look at our quest for the White March, travel to Stalwart. World map. Is there any way to actually tell how far that takes? Nah. I suspect the answer is too far. But we'll find out. Let's see, because we can just quickly go to the edge of the map. So I'll cut to that. If not, we're going to head down. Yeah, I don't see any point in splitting the journey necessarily. Okay.
Looks a little healthier than before.
I mean, I should rest at some point. Yeah, I definitely should rest. Okay. Yeah. 24 hours. 12 hours. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do one more floor of the good old dungeon before we leave. So we'll do level 4. So join me next time when we have fun down in level 4 of this great dungeon. Until then, have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you spending the time and effort watching the videos I make. If you'd like to watch more, on the left there should be another video from this playlist. On the right there will be whatever YouTube recommends, and in the center there is a convenient subscribe button just in case you need it.